We don't have to clap. The audio syncs automatically. Okay. Hello. Welcome. I can do this. We are professionals. Sure.
Hey guys, Vsauce here.
No. Okay, welcome back to our bi-weekly campaign, wherever we left off last week. We don't have any sponsors yet. Yay!
How?
How?
Why?
Why? Okay, let's get this going. Let's start with a brief recap about where we left things last time, and get back into killing everybody here. Okay, so last we left off, the party was divided in two groups. On one side, we had the scientists slash researchers slash bodybuilders that went into a rune of the Glorium Arcanum that's composed by Eric and Gaba Tutalu. I hate you. And you guys went into a rune and found out a bunch of information about some experimentation on beast walkers, some files of another branches of research, and after a few couple of hours, you went back to town, to Frostford, guided by Kaine, the lovely archaeologist, and yep, you went to talk with Lady Rolling R. Stone, a delightful noble gnome, the dwarf that that has kind of taken over the town of Frostford due to stupidity and bad management. Meanwhile, on the other side, we had our main party, who were kind of trying their best to survive after being stabbed by a bunch of roots of a corrupted tree, and after a gruesome battle where Quotl, as always, took the final hit and made everything explode, you guys retreated to a tower in the middle of the forest where you took a long rest in the middle of a gruesome storm, where Quotl had one more of his visions, voices, recognitions, dementia, and then you guys made your way back to Frostford, dodging most of the what are they called when there are bunnies? They are not hives.
Herd of bunnies.
Herd?
Hares?
Herds?
I don't know.
Let's go with
Big
that.
bunny is a hare, yeah.
Yeah, let's go with
A
herds.
murder of bunnies.
Yeah, you guys managed to dodge a bunch of herd of beautiful, pure white, covered in blood bunnies that almost killed you over. And yeah, you went back into Frostford, where you guys noticed that it's under new management after your lovely friend slash employer at the moment called Thrine presented you to the tent, where you met these other two characters who, after a brief talk, are kind of suspecting about where you, Kauliki, and your lovely dog Kawoha came from.
Nani?
Also, Gaba put on a bracer that has a shoe and two chains coming out of it, and the straps won't let go at the moment. And that's where we left off, guys, with Lady Rollinar Stone telling you, please leave the tent, like I have a bunch of work to do. And you are 6 people in a small space, and most of you are wet. So, top of the day to ya, please go anywhere. You don't have to go home, but you can be here.
Come on then, you lot. Let's give around the campfire.
I do believe we're also owed some financial compensation apart from the items.
Give me that paper. And
I hand it out.
trying that this is why this town won't ever be afloat if you keep gifting things over. Sure, here, have your 17 silver pieces. And she hands you 17 lesser silvers.
All right.
I don't
That's
take it.
yeah.
I don't do money.
All right.
No, sorry,
I will.
17
I'm gonna take it
silvers. They weren't lesser ones.
Yeah.
So small silvers, right?
Yes, yep, 17 silvers in D&D is the same as going over the chat.
I believe
it's-
1 silver.
1 silver.
Yes. Yes, like lesser silver is equating to
1
normal
silver.
silver.
One silver is 1 platinum. Oh boy, I'm crazy. Yep. So she gives
Oh,
you 17 platinum in
Shit.
D&D terms. It's only
yes.
170 gold.
All right. All right.
I'm actually going to lower that.
So, oh,
And
Yeah,
I'm going to say
yes.
that they were lesser silvers because
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think that's what we agreed.
I'm going to say
17 gold. Yeah,
17.
yeah. I'm fine with gold. I'm fine
Yep.
with that.
that 17 lesser silvers equals 17 D&D gold.
Yeah.
all right.
Who wants to write that down?
I will accept them and attempt to spread them out amongst the 4 of us.
17 divided 6.
So 4 each, and I. Who wants the last one?
I'll put my hand. I'm gonna go. Can I have it?
I don't take
I-
it. I just
I-
don't
I
do
put
money. I
Gabba's
don't
hand
understand.
I don't want it either.
understand
Well-
money. Maybe someone that is more who knows
Maybe-
of money.
I
You
put
have-
Gabba's hand down.
Well,
Maybe we should have a group funds. One person holds on to the group's money
Oh, you are a group?
instead.
fine with me. Who wants?
So,
Like an account.
Yes.
you are a group then. Well, as a group, you can lead my tent, and maybe we'll talk about your schematics later.
Yeah. Sure. Hold on. Bryn, I think you are the one most capable of holding the money if we are going to start a group fund. Does everybody agree?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. I said Bryn, I meant Ephraim.
Nobody knows that Ephraim is a rogue.
Sorry, I read the wrong name. So I will hand him the full 17 small silver.
Awesome. No, nobody knows that Ephraim is a rogue in cover.
Okay.
Dun dun dun.
Okay, so
And then I will leave the tent.
where do you guys go?
Yes.
I will grab Kawaha and leave the tent.
I'm guessing I'd probably like by the fire, setting it up, getting it ready.
Is it still raining?
Oh yeah, it's pouring down.
I'm
There's no-
futilely trying to get this fire going because I'm really cold.
Oh.
Set up a fire under the rain. Awesome.
Yeah, it's just like, why is it not working?
Guys, let me remind you that you 5, including Kawoha, had a tent lent to you by 3.
Yes.
I would probably go there and prestidigitate word
Prestidigitate.
the water off of
Yeah.
the two of us.
Sure.
All right. I will reapply the lavender smell to battle the smell of a wet cat. And then I
The
will.
smell of wet dog is worse.
The combination of both can't be pleasant either. I'm imagining. And then I will use produce flame to
And I will pick up a stone and
try
make
to
it
light a
smell
small
rosemary.
fire in the cover of the tent near the opening.
Yeah, sure. You remember the last time that there was fire in this tent? You all got smoked, but
It's not in the tent though. It's just outside the tent. That's fine.
Just
yeah,
on the edge.
yeah. The tent has like a small, 1 meter by 1 meter. I don't know what that's called. Like roof outside of the
Awning.
tent,
Yeah.
where you could totally set up a fire out there. And of course, it's raining, So we know that if
yeah.
I suddenly disappear and the stream cuts off, it's because the climate hates me. Okay, so you guys are in the tent. What are you doing?
Yo.
Just
Immersion.
relaxing, I guess. Trying to talk to the two newcomers.
Well, I'm currently by the fire.
Yeah, I think I would probably be not well. Yeah. I mean, by the campfire, I probably would have got like some sort of tarp or caravan cover. I don't know what we've got. To basically kind of set up like a temporary roof over the campfire so that the rest of our
Which tent is ours?
Don't worry about the map.
Okay.
It's just there for visual reference.
start to get
Theater of the mind.
once we get this going and there's a shelter and stuff
It's
like
raining.
that, I'll ask.
Put a tarp over the fire, it'd be fine.
Not over
I would like-
fire, but you know.
I would like-
just,
Kaoliki would like watch
what's the word?
the two weird new people trying to put fire on during the middle of a storm. Like
Yeah, but we have a little tarp. That's over
Eric
there.
and Gaba, give me
Yes.
both of you a survival check because I don't know if you've ever gone camping, but it's actually quite hard to set up a tent when the ground is muddy and it's raining over you.
Yeah.
Let's see.
6.
Okay?
Camping check.
You guys are going to be able to do it. I just want to see how long does it take you.
Let's see, what do I get? Not much better. 7. Takes
Okay.
a very long
after
time.
Yeah,
in half an hour, Kaoliki would like. If you would like, we have a tent set up already. If you would like to, the fire is going.
I'm probably just like slamming a bit of like stick into the ground, going, "I'll be there now. I've got to set my tent up. I've got to sleep tonight. I just can't get it to work." I'm just slamming this.
We'll sort it out later. We'll get the researchers to work about that later. So grab her by the scruff of the neck and start dragging her to wherever Kaoliki's.
As soon as you say I'm holding up the stick, so I kind of ruin it a little bit. And most of what we've done is a bit like destroyed.
Yeah. Gaba, what's your passive perception, by the way?
10.
Yeah, sure. You see that as you keep pummeling on trying to get this tent set up, there's a lot of mud coming out and drenching all of your clothes. But this bracer, left or right arm?
Left.
Okay, this bracer on your left arm, each time that the mud splashes it, it kind of falls out of it really soon. Like it's not getting dirty at all.
So I'm guessing I've been dragged. Okay, and I'll look at it and I go, "Oh, that's a bit weird."
I look back at
That's okay.
because my passive is much higher. It's 15. Because I'll hear him probably mutter that, and I'll say, "What's weird?"
This bracer I got on, I'm trying to get it dirty, and I'll just like clump a bit of mud up and I'll just chuck it on the bracer. And I'm like, look, it's not getting dirty. That's crazy.
I immediately huff her up to standing. I've not seen this bracer on her before, have I?
No. Well, you saw her put it on like half an hour ago.
Yeah, and just in the moment, just did not have time to ask her
Stop.
about it.
Well, you with your training, it's clearly magically like it has runes
Yeah.
inscribed all over the place.
I'm going to look at Gabba and say, "Where did you get that?"
I just picked it up like 30 minutes ago from
In
Rolling Stone's
the in the output research outpost.
No, in the tent. Just a minute ago with Rolling Stone. She said I could have one, and I picked the bracer because you didn't know what to pick, and I didn't know what to pick, and I thought, well, if we're gonna need for combat, you better protect myself with a bracer than have some stones or something, or
And
a bag
you
or something.
decided to put it on without asking what it was.
Why would I ask? It's a brace. It's a bit of
Try
metal.
taking it off.
I'm guessing I'll try.
It's really tight. You try
Yeah, I
to
was
unfasten
afraid
the leather straps, the leather belts, and it only gets tighter, and then readjust to the size of your arm. It's not hurting, but it's not loosening.
It's just wet. It's just wet. It's fine. It's cold and it's wet. It'll come off. And once we get this fire going, we go get a fire. It'll come off. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
Report to me before we sleep.
Yes, sir.
I need to ascertain the nature of the bracer.
Sure. What are you
You say so.
doing?
We'll take Kauliki's invitation and sit round their campfire.
Okay. One of you roll me a D100, please.
I'll
No,
I'll
of
do it.
those two.
Oh,
I'll do it. D100s is what I usually roll sometimes for my random encounters. 39.
39. Okay. So as you start going over to the tent where everybody else is, you look at your tent. It's kind of shaky, but it seems to be standing. And as soon as you guys get and get inside of the tent where Kauliki invited you, you see that the tent has caved in and it's filled with water and it just collapses on itself.
I'll look at you and I'll look at Eric and I'll go.
We'll sort it out later.
I'll probably look at these and I go. Does anyone mind cuddling up to me tonight? Or can I cuddle up to you tonight? Because I am putting that up again. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to go kick someone's ass to get a tent around you, and I don't want to cause problems. Can I just cuddle up to someone, please? I'm tired. I'm
I
so hungover.
prestidigitated 2 of them dry.
Sure. We'll go back 30 minutes back. While these two guys, guy and girl, were failing miserably at putting up a tent, were you 5 doing anything?
I was just watching mesmerized, trying the 2 of them put on a tent.
Yeah, just watching them failing at putting up a tent. I think.
Kauliki,
I imagine. I imagine
think
Quaddle
I
would be
would-
critiquing it a bit.
Making some tea
Upon
over the
going
fire.
back to the tent, I think I'll. No, well, yes, but it'll be. I'll put up like a sign, like a little wooden thing, and you know, just say tent of, and then like Kauliki and the names of everyone, just for like magical tinkering
Aww.
on the side of the tent.
Okay,
Aww.
sure.
And then when my studios come up, I'll be like, Eric, right?
I'm not. Yes,
That's your name?
I am.
And I hope it's phonetic. Gabba Tubalu.
Yeah.
Before you finish it, I'll be like, just call me Gabba. Don't worry about that. That's just a formal name. It's fine. Just call me Gabba.
Okay. I was just like, well, if you're in here, I'll adjust the sign. Just tap it, and then the names change, and then go inside.
All of you guys are inside the same tent. What are you doing?
Party!
Not quite. Sort of look at Kauliki and Kaoha curiously.
Same right back at you. She's like studying you.
I've not seen a beast walker with wings and cat genes together. And you said you woke up very recently?
Like a week ago? Mr. GM? Okay. Yeah, I think we woke up like 7 days ago, or I'm not sure about how time works. I'm not
Well,
quite.
the sun sets and the sun rises. That is considered a day, no?
Yeah, yes.
So I would assume it would work however long it has been.
So like, yeah, 7 days ago, probably. The
So-
memory is quite not there.
So you wake up on this island?
Yes.
Did
I'll look
you
at
wake?
her and I'll just kind of give him a little.
Yeah, the next question comes as soon as you know the answer to that is, and I'm like, did you wake up in that Arcanum research place?
GM, how do I feel about this question?
I don't know. How do you feel about this question? Like, you know that you hate whoever was in that place. You know that you hate that place. You don't know that it's called the Glorium Arcanum, as far as you know. And yep, he's a feline, and she's a woman.
What do you have to do with them? Are you with them? Are you here to continue?
No.
And
No,
I'm
no.
I'm visibly getting like
I put a hand out and I say no. I'm not here to continue their work.
I'll be really friendly, but like, Eric, you're really thing. Just calm. Listen, we'll talk about this later. Don't worry about it. Wherever you woke up from, let's just enjoy this fire for the moment. And I kind of whispered to Eric quietly, and I'll be like, I don't want it to get up riled. We'll talk about it later. Let's just introduce ourselves. At the moment, I'm just a blue orc, and you're a big furry lion. Let's chat a bit, you know?
Kawoha stands up and goes with his awesome passive perception. Ah, yes. Introduce ourselves. That sounds good.
It's
Kawoha.
curious how most of us seem to originate from this island, seeing as it's just a random piece of rock floating in midair.
Well, I did not originate. Perhaps my ancestors did, but I myself hail from Mizandia, a Beastwalker nation far from here.
Then how did you manage to find yourself here, if I may ask?
I was sent by not employers. Mentor would be the right word, I think, right?
The ministry.
Well, yeah, the ministry. I've been sent by the ministry to investigate these Arcanum research outposts. Mostly our purpose is to, one, find the original purpose of our existence, shall we say. I know that might be quite an existential quest, but it is one we are keen to learn of. And two, we are also keen to find uses for the Arcanum magics for our own purposes to ensure that our own peoples are able to defend ourselves.
Sounds
The
very deep.
purpose of them, the purpose of is to hurt. The
No.
pain, and she's like again like this. Oh my god, what's happening? Why do I know this?
Give me a wisdom saving throw, Kauliki.
Okay.
I will cast guidance for this, seeing as you're starting to get a bit stressed. Is it saving throws?
No, it's only for ability checks.
I will cast it anyway.
How do you guide her?
Oh, it's a wisdom save. Wonderful.
I'll just spring around the tea I've been brewing. I'll just hand it out.
That's an 8.
No, I'm just saying. Well, those questions are usually good ones.
Kauliki, you are panicking.
Oh yeah.
As Ephraim comes with the really, I'm going to say, calming and relaxing tea, most probably not poisoned, you are panicking.
Could I do a persuasion check to ask, just try and calm her down? Be like, listen, we're fine, just chill for the moment, you know. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, you can try, but Gaba, you with your mercenary experience, you would know that this is some sort of very deep PTSD.
Okay. I'll try.
Can I?
22 is my persuasion check.
Just be like,
Kauliki, give me another wisdom check because that was actually quite a good roll.
15.
Now, do you want to take her assistance to calm down?
Yeah.
Then yeah,
Sure, why not?
sure, you calm
I'll
down.
be like, listen, just Kaliki, just calm. It's fine. No, just breathe. We'll sort everything out. Just don't worry about it. You know, we'll have a nice show. We got nice tea. Hey, everyone likes nice tea. I'll be like a little cheeky wink.
The Brit in you is showing.
yes. If you don't mind, I'll just help you out a bit. Just sit down and are there any? Do we have any cushions? And I'm just like, oh yes, and I'll just take one out of my backpack because I've got like a mini.
Why
little
do you
thing.
have cushions?
Why do you
For
have
some
a
random
cushion in
reason.
your backpack?
Just
Why
one
not?
cushion. It's like
Yeah, sure.
I planned for variety.
Yeah, of
so
course.
it's not this.
He
But just
also has a
one.
couch and a pull-out
I'll just
sofa.
like put it underneath. I'll just be like,
Mini
just like,
fridge.
okay. Just it's all right. You'll have moments. I'll just sort of help her drink the tea.
Eric, as Ephraim is calming Kauliki down, give me an insight check since your passive perception is so high.
Let's have a look. Inside. Ooh, that's not very good. Natural 20, so 23.
Okay. You get the feeling that this is quite an odd party. You have a dwarf with dog ears.
Yep.
You have a turtle beast walker,
Mm-hmm.
a feline beast walker, and a canine beast walker, and whatever that human with dark eyes is. And none of them seem to make any reaction when you named Norsandia.
Yeah, I think that's the one thing that kind of clicks in my brain, like, because I don't suppose we've seen turtle beast walkers in the Sandia, have we?
Oh yeah, they are very few, like a really strange breed.
Yeah.
Like definitely most are canine felines or maybe some ursidae, which are bears and all of that stuff. But they are the insects, but they are very rare.
Yeah.
Like everything that's not a common mammal is way weirder than beast walkers. Also, in terms of population, Nersandia, the city itself is probably like 20,000 inhabitants only. So it's like really the beast walkers are common, but not that common.
Yeah, and plus Kaliki's combination of cat plus wings is
Fucking strange.
by far the strangest combination to me.
Oh yeah.
As I'm sort of
With the 20,
looking at
with the not 20 inside, the only one that that comes to mind that is a mixture of two different things is the creator and the ruler of Nersandia. She's a feline, but her form resembles somewhat Kauliki. She conserves most of her previous features and face, unlike most of the felines that are more beastly. And there's a rumor that she has parts of other animals under her clothes.
So I'm guessing I'd be freaked out by now, wouldn't I? Because I've seen obviously cats now, but I've never seen a turtle person before. I'm guessing.
No, you probably
You've
won't.
seen you've seen
Probably
maybe one or two very, very far away in the Sandia, but
Yeah,
not up close like this.
yeah, most probably. Though I think that the praying mantis is far
The weirdest shit
far weirder than a turtle.
turtle. Do you mind if I ask the non-beast walkers amongst you, where do you all hail from?
Just me then. From here. As far as I remember, I've always lived on this island.
I look at Ephraim. The same for you?
No. Well, I'm from a little town in the Empire called Rosalia. But no, I'm certainly not from where you are.
Curious ears you have.
I think I've vaguely recognized the name. Yes. Sort of just kind of subconsciously start like
I
rubbing them.
I sort of calm
I've
Ephraim and say,
appearance.
do not worry about your appearance. I'm more curious of your origins.
Oh, no. It's but well, my parents. One of them was fully dwarven. The other one was part dwarf, part canine. But they're more mixed than I am. We've got more sort of general fur, more features, and they're more canine overall. But your place, I've vaguely recognized the name, but it's only in one or two stories, and sort of I've vaguely heard about it from passers-by, but I don't really know of it.
Curious. And your ancestor who has the gene, more bestial genes, did they ever say where they hailed from originally?
I believe they're from the same place as I am. I believe their their father was a fully a beast walker, and he came from somewhere else. I think he didn't entirely know where he was from. He may have been adopted. I mean, it was a long, long time ago. But the details are not exactly clear.
Is it common, GM, throughout Zandia's history to have taken in roaming beast walkers who were not originally or may not have been at Nasandia at its founding?
Yes. Give me a history check to see how much I tell you.
History. It's a +3, 17.
Yeah. So the foundation of Nersandia, as its core, was to give a safe haven to all of the people of all of the cities that were captured by the Glorium Arcanum and turned into Beast Walkers. So they don't discriminate against Beast Walkers. That's why it's the place where you find the most potpourri of races or subspecies. So if a beast walker were to cross the kingdom and arrive to Nersandia, they would probably take them in after a few interrogations to make sure that they are not spies or anything from another group.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, and then I look at Kaoha, not Kaoha, Portal. And I suppose you're going to tell me you are also from this island.
No, I'm from a very far away island. It's attached to the mainland about 25 years ago.
Does this island have a name?
All I know it as is home. Never really had a name, really.
Curious. Apologies for these interrogative questions. As I will reintroduce myself. I am Eric, Eric Starcarver. I hail from Nasandia. It's a nation of beast walkers. From time to time, the city has taken in roaming beast walkers who do not have a home to call upon.
A nation?
Yes. A bigger town, a city full of people like us.
We are
Like
allowed
you.
a nation.
Of course. I understand it may have been a different time for you, Kauliki, but this present time we are working towards being equals amongst the other towns, the other villages.
Ephraim, give me please a history check. And Quotel, you too.
Okay.
You are the two that were part of the Empire. Gaba, also you.
That's a dirty 20.
Okay.
18. 17.
Okay.
Kawaha, shush!
So, Brain, what's that history check? 18. Okay.
18.
So, Gaba and Ephraim, you both know that no land adjourned to the Empire has the status of nation. like some of them are allowed to self govern up to some point. They are more like cities. Like in a whole district, there are usually 2, maybe 3 cities, maybe some villages in some other place scattered for resources. So the empire is very protective of its new land, so they won't allow a new nation to be formed. On top of this, you also know that Nersandia, you've heard about it on the first years of your travels through the empire, and you know that it's the only land, as far as you know, that has only 1 city instead of 2. Normally, they put 1 city on each extreme of the drifter land, as it's incorporated. Continue, Eric.
So yeah, I I will say to Kauliki and Kawoha, even Porto, if you so wish, to have a permanent home of your own, I'm sure Nazandia would perhaps welcome you with open arms. If I find that you are not untrustworthy, which I'm sure you are.
Is it up to you to decide who gets to live in Ascendia and who doesn't?
It is not me, but I suppose when one of its own denizens vouches for another, I suppose there would be some weight to it. After all, we have a history of being, shall we say,
Hurt.
there is that, distrusting of outsiders. But for good measure.
Fair enough. All right.
But for now, I think most of our immediate business is here.
What kind of business are we talking about? What exactly are you doing on this island? And what business is left to be done?
Well, as it is no secret, me and Gaba, along with a few other Beastwalker researchers, we have been sent here to this Arcanum outpost to find any useful information, be it magical materials that we can use for Zandia, or information regarding our own existence and the very nature of our Beast Walkers.
I'll put my hand up quickly and I go, I'm actually technically only here to stop Eric from dying.
There is
That's
that,
it.
yes. There is
I'm
that.
just being dragged along, really. It's the muscle.
Sure, you're very capable. I'm
Yeah,
curious,
I'll try.
why would anybody send you here? Before, well, just about a week ago, nobody really knew this island was here before the Empire came along. So why would some cities send you all the way to some remote piece of rock floating in the air?
For the Ministry, our sole purpose is to find old Arcanum outposts. And I sort of tap on the chainmail that I have, and obviously as I tap it, there's a little ripple of magic, and I say, my particular team's purpose is to repurpose any magics we find for our own defenses to protect our own people. I do not know why they would send us here specifically, but any information that is given that we hear of or find, we are sent to.
Yes, yes, you know. Nersandia and the Longstad Empire have an agreement of peace in which one of the clauses is that any new Glorium Arcanum rune that's found, the delegation from Nersandia has the rights to be the first to research it.
And I include that in from the DM.
Interesting.
But these are politics far beyond my pay grade, as they say.
Yes.
I'm merely
I am
the
well
weapon.
aware of the structure of pay grade within the Empire.
I'm merely the weapon to execute the orders, so long as it is for the benefit of Zandia.
And do you feel you are fit for this purpose? Do you feel happy they have chosen you? Or do you feel being used by your city, your state?
What general vibe am I getting as this?
Yeah, same.
Because
A bit
honestly,
inquisitive. a bit,
yeah, because here's what's going through Eric's mind right now is there's two sides of the coins that's happening. Either Vishar has been a victim of said political usage and execution and being screwed over, or he's not, or he is for lack of better words, a spy. Again, this is what Eric's brain is thinking.
Yeah, all right.
Could be whatever. I'm not going to allow insight or deceptions between players. You have to read each other.
Yeah.
I would say that once you started questioning Kaulike, Fisher became a bit mistrusting, a bit protective. But regarding the two sides of the coin, I would say there's definitely more of a feeling of mistrust towards the Empire or systems at large in general, not specifically your city or the Empire.
I think in response to your last question, Eric would say, as long as I said, as long as it is to the benefit of Zandia, to my people, I will be happy to execute those orders. But sure, I find those orders detrimental than I feel like other actions may have to be taken. Again, even if it's to be against my own superiors.
I can understand wanting to be protective of your own community. So for now, let us drink tea and relax as friends. And I hold up my cup.
I clink the glass.
And the porcelain breaks.
Bring, you decide. Is the tea still warm after this long?
Okay, Uliki was keeping her thing warm.
Even if it's cold, I will heat it up with flame. So
I'll just drink it regardless if it's warm or.
Yeah, I mean it was already served, so
tea is generally quite hot once served. So
nearly
lukewarm. Nearly
takes a
lukewarm.
good amount of time.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes.
Guys, is there anything else you'd like to do? At this point, I think it's around sunset. Because you took most of the. No, it's actually in the early in the morning, right? I don't remember.
So
We-
I thought
I
I thought it
think
was
we came like
afternoon.
I think it's midday.
afternoon-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you guys came from the forest
Yeah.
and you guys
Mhm.
slept. So yeah, it's the sun is starting to set on the horizon at this point under the mountain, on the other side of the mountain.
I'm probably looking to see if anyone has set a tent up for us, like at all. I'm like, I look at Eric and go. I'll probably whisper to him and go, "Do you think we can try and like get them, try and like stay in this tent, or do you want to try and set one up? Because after the last attempt, it didn't go well."
You see the researchers that just came back from the car trying to set up the tent under the rain. It's still raining, by the way.
Oh, so say to Gaba, stay here, make friends. You're more sociable than I am. And
I
I
give a little
sort
smile, like, "Oh, you give me a compliment."
of, and I sort of do a little cheeky fist to the chin, and I sort of get up, excuse myself. Perhaps when the weather is better for outside, I can introduce you to my other Beast Walker researchers, but I see that they're struggling a bit.
Oh, I am sure a friend of mine would be glad to welcome you in her tent. Do you perhaps know Kaine?
At that, I'll say no, and I walk.
As soon as you walk, I'll be like,
Deadpan, no.
Does Gaba follow Eric once you leave then? Or
I'm
does
I'm just sat there, just like smiling.
Yeah, I told Gaba to stay in the tent, make friends.
Gaba is like when you have a party at your house and she's the last kid to leave.
I'm just sat there smiling, like,
I will
so.
turn to him and say, Gaba,
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly what this brazier is you've put on, but I would advise you to be careful.
It'll be fine.
It has
It'll be fine.
traces of dark magic amongst it.
Maybe it won't be fine. Makes sense why mud was falling off it a minute ago. Well, a couple of hours ago.
Perhaps Quotal could help you identify what exactly it does, but I don't know.
I look at him and I go,
Something tells me Quotal cannot help you right now.
Just so you know, Rick, the identify spell doesn't tell you if it's curse or not.
Oh, yeah, no, I know, but what it does specifically, perhaps.
Oh yeah, that totally.
Not yet. Not yet. It's in the planning. It's in the planning.
But you have such a wonderful monocle of bullshitting. I am sure the monocle will tell you exactly what this thing does.
What does the monocle say?
Eraser of magic and runes used to belong to some lost hero.
Very useful. But seriously, try to be careful. We do not know yet what it does, how it works, or what ill effects may result.
What's the worst that can happen, eh? It'll be fine.
Well,
Famous
and
last words.
Fishard just starts to list up various very serious illnesses, lost limbs, curses he heard of, some or stuff. This could happen, your arm could fall off, perhaps you could go blind.
And
Some
Kaoliki
disease that turns your skin to stone, so just rambling on.
will, if when he's ranting down, she will point to the cuts
Scar.
and bruises, scars.
I'll be like, I need to find out what it does. I don't want to lose my arm. I've only got two. Oh.
Well, at least you'll have one left, I suppose. Or maybe not, we don't know.
I'll just kind of like, because I haven't drunk all my tea yet, and I'd be really cold by this point. I'll be like, thanks, guys. I'm glad.
Should I warm it up for you?
Oh, please.
Just
As I'm, like,
be
trembling with
careful,
fear.
and I'm sure you'll be fine.
And I'm like, I'll put my hand on the other side of the cup and prestidigitate the cup warm again. This stupid spell is really useful.
I know.
Yeah, it's the mage's what is it? Do everything.
Bullshit spell. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Prestidigitate, Druidcraft, and what's the other that's not prestidigitate?
Thaumaturgy.
And Thaumaturgy.
Thaumaturgy.
Though
I thaumaturgy all windows.
yeah, if you have those three, you can do so much bullshit.
I have 2/3 of that. I have thaumaturgy and prestidigitation, so.
There you go.
I had
Here
a
comes
character
multiclass.
with thaumaturgy. He refused to open doors. He always used thaumaturgy to open it.
Okay, Eric, after a few minutes under the rain, it takes you are soaked, but you manage
I'm used to it.
to put up a tent that it's completely wet on the inside, but at least there's no rain falling on you.
Yep. And I sort of
All during this process, you saw the praying mantis, what was her name?
Lucille.
You see Lucille just standing there and goes like, you don't want me to help you?
well, not quite. I mean, you're very good at holding things, so you can hold these while we help set up things. See?
Bit of a backhanded compliment. You're very good at holding things. Yes.
And sort of help the researchers get a fire going.
Sure.
And
You put up the tent.
very much, and ask if anyone has taken a list or has got the armory stuff with them. It'd be the
Well, they have the shields and the clothes and all that you managed to salvage from the runes. They do have it.
It'll probably take me a while, but and anything jumping out at me that is potentially Arcane bullshit.
Sure. What is it that you want to do specifically?
I suppose a quick check over to see if they have any ruins, much like the wrappings that we found. So, like any magical enhancements, that sort of thing. So specifically, I suppose not specifically checking that it's magical, but seeing if they have got any, the same type of
Okay.
markings.
Okay. Give me an Arcana check. If you get over 20, I'm going to tell you one of the qualities of the item, and because this would require the identify spell, but based on your training of runes,
It'd be quite difficult.
and if you get
big old 12.
12, okay, yeah, you don't know what any of these runes do. You'd have to try them on, transcribe them, and put it in something else. Maybe take some time to decipher them. But you see some of the runes repeat amongst the different items. One specifically, and yep. Make a note somewhere at 12 out of 30.
30.
You can try this once per day, and it takes you like an hour to do so. So guys, anything else that you'd like to do in your small tea party / pajama party with Gaba?
I will probably summon some with Druidcraft, some mint and lavender to help flavor the tea, and just start dishing it out together with Ephraim to everybody.
Gaba,
I
was
probably
it?
just haven't. Yes, Gabba, yes.
What is your friend's deal? He was very curious about the two of us, and I point to Kawaha and me.
My deal with my friend is he's just really hard to talk to sometimes. He's just how he is. He's a lion, you know, and lions sometimes, you know, like, oh, look at me, I've got a mane, I'm the bad man. You know, and it's just sometimes you just gotta like just take him with a pinch of salt and just like, yeah, you'll be fine. He's not mean, he doesn't mean to be mean thing. He's quite straightforward, you know. But with you two, so we went to a ruin somewhere, and we basically did some searching, and we think you're the two people that come from the ruin. He's probably going to attack me for saying this, but I can't like you. You seem good guys. You know, we're getting along, drinking tea together. Gotta tell you the truth.
Where in the ruins were you? How do the ruins? I maybe can help you somehow.
So there was like this place near the mountains under it, and it was like basically we went into this ruins, and they were like destroyed, like gun turrets and stuff. There was like rooms of dead bodies, and then there was just two big like tubes in there, and on these tubes it had K404 and K13. And we listen, we don't know much yet, but by the sounds of it, you and I put two together. We think you may be from those tubes. But that's all we know. I'll be honest with you, at the moment, we don't know much.
K13 is me. I am K13.
On my face got there. Oh! And I'm like, I wish Eric was here, like going back and forth, looking at him, and like going, oh, so you're K13.
Yes, those turrets. I put them down. Those turrets. They attacked us, and I was defending myself, and I wouldn't say I would say K13 defended K404 defended K13.
So your name is Kaliki, but you are K13.
Kauliki seemed the right word. I don't know my name.
Oh. So, like, I'm Gabba, and you're Kaliki. It kind of works, you know, K13, Gabba Tupelu. It's kind of weird to say. It's fine, you know. But no, that answers my questions. May ask, it raises a hell of a lot more questions, but at least we know who comes out of the tubes. So, I guess, so was it you and your friend here, or was it you and the turtle, or was it you and the dwarf, or was it, who was the other? Who's K404?
K404, Kawa not found.
This joke was made already.
In the background, you see a tiny little Tyrannosaurus running and jumping over cactus.
It's not like I knew from the start that Charlie would have to leave the game. It just happened.
Yeah, and 13 and K404, and I point to Koha.
He just.
Ah, okay. I'll nod. And I go, this has been fascinating.
What are you exactly? I'm so sorry. I don't know the world.
I'm a half orc. I'm half orc. I'll be honest with you. I'm
What's
not
the
quite
other
sure.
half?
Good question. I don't know.
No.
I'll be honest with you.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. We can't help it that it's been so long that sadly I come from a small tribe, so it's kind of a bit of like, I hate to say the word, but I'm probably slightly inbred. But I just know I'm half orc. As you can see, I've got the features of a half orc, and that's all I know. So
Just slightly inbred.
Sometimes you don't need to know anything more.
that's good because I definitely
I
don't want to be
think-
my brother's uncle.
Right. I can see that, I think.
Well, it'd
Okay.
be weird if I did have a brother. I'm an only child. I sat thinking, going,
Oh my
no,
God.
Am I related to someone else? What's going on?
What if I can never be my brother's uncle?
No. It's
No, but I'm just like, it's that's all I know about myself. I'm just a half orc, and I come from a little village, some way way back east.
Alright, well,
Where is East?
Good
what's that
question.
noise?
This
Be-
way.
Because no,
guys.
good question. Because at this moment you are drifting around with no cardinal points in view. So
Well, the
base.
sun just set
That
in
works.
that direction, so I would guess that one. But it's anybody's guess in a couple of minutes.
One day, because I feel like we're all getting friends here.
It's not
All of
tricky.
us may go back there, and I kind of realize probably won't. Anyway, I'm gonna have to go now. I have to go see Eric because I've got to tell this revelation about you because this is fascinating. And I just get up and go up. I just run.
She's
yeah.
certainly a strange one.
You, Gaba, you hear my voice in your head going, do not shout this to everybody. I do not think they would appreciate being talked about across the entire encampment.
I
Vishal,
start like looking at my head, going like, huh? Oh.
Rick,
Yeah,
give me. Let's call it an insight check.
right. That's not a very good roll. Insight 10 total.
Perfect. Nothing happens.
All right.
So I run over there and I grab him like, I got some news. I got some news.
I look and I say, calm yourself. Take a deep breath. Now, is this information needs to be heard by everyone or only me?
You see Lucille, the trash panda, and the bear standing there trying to brew some tea.
I don't know.
If you don't know, then let us take a walk.
Okay.
In the rain.
What do you mean you don't know? I just told you. Definitely inbred.
Oh boy. Yeah, I sort of take a walk with Gabba away from people, ensuring
So-
that we're not followed or there's no one else that hear this conversation.
Yeah, sure. With your passive perception, you think that with the cover of the rain, and nobody's going to hear you.
So the first thing, they said I may lose an arm with this bracer, and I ain't happy with that. I'm gonna be honest.
I did say, why did you put it on? But sure.
It
Anyway,
looks cool. I've got
Look.
a chain.
Eric, you
Yes, but if the
recognize
cha-
one of the runes is the
Yeah.
same as the others. One, only one.
yeah, I mentally sort of rub my temples. This is not going to be good. That's fine. And I say, sure. I mean, it's cool, but if the chain happens to animate and begins choking you whilst you're in your sleep, don't blame us.
I kind of do the drop face again, like, no.
Yeah, so keep an eye on it.
Anyway, I think, remember, okay, I may have slightly told them that we think they're the test tubes people.
I mean, that's what you and I were thinking,
Yeah,
and
so I
they
asked, I just kind of
probably
went,
knew.
I just kind of asked them, when, are you the test tube people? They went, yeah, we're the test tube people. I was like, oh my god, what a coincidence. We thought you were the test tube people. But yeah, so Kaliki is K13. And
She seemed to fit the report.
and the canine Kawa is
Kawaha.
Kawaha
Yes.
is K404. So wow, we're gonna have to find out a bit more about them.
We
Because
will broach this subject lightly and carefully.
I agree. Hey, don't shoot the messenger. I just found out the information.
Yes.
As the charismatic, and I kind of put my hand on the chest. As the charismatic went out the two, I'll get the information. Don't you worry.
Well, in any case, let us not inform our researcher friends just yet. I do not think that Kauliki and Kawoha would appreciate being asked the same triggering questions.
Not even the bear, because the bears was annoyed at
The
us.
bear, even the bear, the whole team does not need to know for now. Because
Whatever you say, boss.
you saw Kauliki's mind state as soon as we started questioning.
Yeah, that's true. I've seen
We
something
do.
like that before. It can be
We
quite
need-
temperamental.
We need to broach this subject very carefully.
Yeah, I agree.
The researchers are smart, don't get me wrong, but they may lack tact.
Well, the bear was naked.
That's because all of you drank way too much of the dwarven lady's drink.
Listen, she said it was a nice hot brew. I can't help it if that brew blew my mind. I can't help that. But anyway, okay, I agree. We won't tell anyone. Just between me and you and all the others that were in that tent. Just between us.
Yes.
But I think
Anything else?
in the morning we're gonna have to talk to them about it. If you want, or we can wait. Just
That's fine. But and I sort of tap her bracer with my claw. Don't do anything with that. Whatever you do.
I'm not. I'm gonna take it off when we get in the tent. Don't you worry. It's gonna be fine.
Sure.
I kind of give you a worried look, like it's not gonna be fine. I know it's not gonna be fine, but
Like I said, if the chain strangles you by the neck whilst you're asleep, don't let me say I told you so.
and I kind of look at him and go, "I'll be dead." So
Yes, your
Okay.
spirit might decide to haunt me out of vengeance.
Interesting take.
Okay then.
I sort of pat her on the shoulder and say, anything else? Or are you quite done with our friends?
I'll be honest with you, and I'll just snap on it. I need to sleep because I'm still hungover.
Well, you can sit with the rest of the researchers if you want a bit of shut-eye. And I'll be with our new acquaintances. Just get a general feel for the group.
Okay. Tell them I gone to bed because little crazy dwarf woman got me too drunk. But with a bit more tact. Thank you. I'll give him a tap and I'll go to bed.
Awesome. So Eric is going back to the tent where the others are, right? Gaba, before we finish with you, I got one question.
Yep.
Does Gaba undress in order to sleep?
How cold and wet would it be? Because if it's quite windy, I'm guessing I probably wouldn't undress. I'd probably just chuck a cloak on top.
Like
Your clothes are wet. It's raining. You were just walking.
well, like
Oh.
also like 95% of the habitable land is way above sea level, so everything is quite cold. But you are also a half orc, so
Yes. I also don't think I'd. What's that?
I'm assuming that's to me.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
So I probably would just wrap up near the fire and go to sleep. So I
Okay,
wouldn't take anything off. I just.
nice, because I was actually quite curious. Is there clothes, like some shirt or anything long sleeved before you put on the bracer? Because if yes, how the fuck do you get undressed from now on?
I don't know. I don't.
Curses.
If I can remember my original character build, I'm pretty sure that she had. She did have long sleeves on. She had like a long fur coat. But I'm guessing it'd be underneath. Like a fur
Well,
Yeah,
tunic.
like a
type
traditionally, the bracers and all of the armor was padded under the leather, but even though it would still go over the clothes, like you would wear your long sleeve shirt, your padding, and then your armor. That's why if you were wearing something long sleeve,
Cut the shirt.
it belongs to the bracer.
I'm gonna have a stinky arm. That's what I know.
It's like having a
it's-
cast on for a couple of
Yeah,
months.
yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah.
exactly like that. It's like having a cast on and not having washed that.
Let me roll a. I'll roll a 1 out of 2. If it's a 1, I'll say I'll have long sleeves. If I have 2, I had short sleeves.
Sure.
2, so I had short sleeves. So I'd have to worry about that. Luckily.
Okay, nice. Your orcish skin allows you to have the padding of the bracer without any rash or anything. So you go to sleep. Nice. Meanwhile, on the tent, anything happened before Eric came back?
What do you guys think of our two new friends?
The blue one's definitely curious.
The lion is also very curious, but a
The
bit more upfront.
orc lady seems honest, at least a bit naive, maybe. The lion, Beast Walker, seems
She's more friendly.
yes, he seems a bit more calculating, but so far, they seem to be good-natured.
And if they are part of some science research team, they'll probably want to ask more questions. So you
Yeah.
should.
It seems to be. It's fitting for their role, at least, to ask questions.
And I thought I had many questions.
Around this time, Eric, you arrive. Oh, sorry, Kauliki?
Kauliki wanted to ask, like, I thought I had many questions. Is it always that rainy here?
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh no.
The weather
Bishar,
fluctuates a lot.
you would know because you lived here. It depends. Like you were drifting. There were seasons where it would rain for days, and there would be seasons where it wouldn't rain for months. It depends on what part of the planet you were floating around.
All right. I think in response to the question, I will just go, well, not all the time, but there was this one time, a couple of years back, where it just started raining one afternoon, and it didn't stop for almost 6 weeks. It was horrible, especially when you live alone in the woods. But luckily, at some point it stopped, but everything was drenched. I had to clean mold for weeks. Everybody in the village was sick. I'm glad it doesn't rain all the time anymore.
Now is when Eric arrives.
Before I enter the tent, I would sort of ask, call out, may I enter?
You may.
Come in, take my place.
Prestidigitate the smell off.
I nod, so I say, curious magic, but I will not ask any more questions tonight. Gabba has told me of what she has learned, and I've also instructed her not to say anything to anyone, especially our researching team. I assumed you will not appreciate to be questioned tonight.
I don't mind questions. I mind the possibility of experimentation and being a subject, not a person. I've done that once. I don't think I want to do that again.
Of course, it's been well documented amongst our people. We all do not wish to be experiments anymore. We are people. Souls, hearts, dreams, hopes, fears. That is what we are.
I'll drink to that.
You still have the tea?
Probably Ephraim's been filling up.
Second or third pot already.
As soon if Ephraim ever stopped making tea, Fisher will just continue making the tea again.
The leaves are just starting to like fragmentally like disappearing.
Just grow new ones.
Oh, God.
So what do you plan to do from here? If
Sleep.
I may ask.
I'm not really sure. We were sent here to do some manual labor, but I do not know if we have completed that task or if they require some more help, and if so, what kind of help.
Was it just moving some boxes?
It was just moving some boxes.
But Yeah.
Really? Was that the only thing?
I still had a few things I want to do around here.
Hmm.
It seems a bit
Yes,
pointless, though,
it was-
doesn't it, to send us on a multi-day journey on a flying ship just to move some boxes? Why couldn't the guards just work twice?
I think it's trying to teach a lesson. It's punishment,
Yes,
not really
I
That's a
suppose.
nice punishment.
work.
The mayor probably just wanted to
Yes.
get rid of us,
Yeah, perhaps.
make us somebody else's problem, maybe.
Hmm.
But you're not a problem. You especially are a very good solution to many.
Apparently not a good solution to fights in a bar, as memory serves.
I didn't break anybody's
Yes.
ribs.
I've broken
Well,
a few
I didn't
ribs
intend to
in my
break anybody.
time.
So.
To be fair, I did
I've
heal them
torn
afterward.
many a throat in my time.
That I believe.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
But
Mm.
excuse me, this. I need some sleep. I'm so sorry. My back hurts, and I'm just curl up like a cat and go to sleep.
Eric, you see in the middle of Kauliki's abdomen, you see blood and her clothes pierced like by something circular, cylindrical.
I
So-
forgot about that.
Oh, yeah.
I look at it curiously and then
The same in Kawoha, but in his shoulder.
I sort of look at the group. I suppose you've been in some fights recently then.
I'm sleeping.
Yeah, I sort of look at the shower court or whoever's still awake.
Well, there was that demon tree, and the demon, and the bunnies, and
The plants. And the guy with the demon. Yes,
yes.
it's been a
Oh.
long couple of days.
And the chinchilla.
Well, we didn't need to fight him, did you?
The chinchilla was a
And-
friend.
And a very high tower.
Well, to be fair, I did warn you not to
They
climb
should
the
be.
outside of the tower.
Well, I did fly up. It's just that your weight was a bit too much.
All right, it's my problem. You fell down. Yes, that's exactly how I remember the story.
You are a very interesting group. I think I may have to ask my researchers to go on without me. Because I would like to learn more.
I'm curious, who is in
Cool.
charge of your group, or are you all equals?
We are, for the most part, equals, but as I am, how you call it, the muscle, I was sent with them for protection, and I suppose by default, I sort of took charge. Unfortunately, that is part of a natural instinct I cannot help sometimes. But it is usually for the betterment of everyone in the group.
Seems fair enough.
Must be a very interesting expedition.
Well, I mean, we had a bear, a praying mantis, a trash panda, a beast walker with us. We did meet a cat, another feline beast walker, and the Dr. Stone, she was the one coming from the Empire side, if I remember correctly. We sort of met in the middle and then came to this particular settlement. But yes, no. I personally would like to know a bit more about Kawoha and Kaliki's history as shall we say, sensitively as possible.
Kawoha is just sitting next to Kauliki, sleeping, looking at you, and goes like, tomorrow.
I know, of course. Not today. Everyone's had a long day. Again, I do not know why my friends, my comrade even, Gaba, asked that question outright, nor do I know why Kaliki or Kawoha would disclose their personal information so freely. I would advise against further disclosing to anyone else. I do not know who would want to get their hands on them, but now because I know, I would definitely know who would want to get to know them scientifically, and may not be pleasant for them. So for now, I will not let them.
I
I'll
was
do
of the
everything.
understanding that experiments on beastwalkers had ceased completely. Is this not correct?
As far as I'm aware, but even I do not know everything there is to know in Zandia. Every city has its own secrets. To every light there is a shadow. So,
all right.
I will keep Kauliki's and Kahoho's history close to the chest for now.
I'm sure they'll appreciate it. But let us worry about these things another day. For now, I would like to get some sleep.
Of course. Good night to you all. Leave the tent. Make my way back to our researchers' tent. Do I see a chain wrapped around Gaba's throat yet?
No, but Gaba seems to already be asleep. Fast asleep, like as if she hadn't slept for a couple of days.
Yeah, I just sort of look specifically, make sure there's no chain around the neck. Okay.
Everything's fine.
Go over my notes and then probably bed down for the night.
Sure. So everybody goes to sleep. You guys can roll any hit dice in case that you need it. Gaba, as you sleep, you are asleep, but you don't get any rest. It feels as if you are being haunted by one nightmare, and you wake up and you go back to sleep, and it's once again the same nightmare, one time and over and over and over. You see a man, a full orc, running through a forest. Your point of view is very limited. It's almost as if you were seeing a camera attached to his arm. You see him from below. And you see the struggle of this orc as he trains desperately. He sets up traps, he trains, he sleeps, he trains all day and all night, almost to no avail. And you are, each time that you wake up desperate, with a sense of dread and no, yeah, it's a feeling of dread. And each time that you go back to sleep, it's all over, and it keeps happening, and you feel this unrest all day long, as if you are not ready, you are not prepared, and you don't get any sleep. Even though you can roll your hit dice, you get 1 point of exhaustion.
Oh. Oof.
And at the next day, you guys wake up.
All right. Can we take a small break?
Well, I
We
have all my
need
stuff to do.
Falcon.
Oh
Sorry.
yeah, let's take a 5-minute break.
Yeah.
So we'll be back in 5 minutes. I'm going to pause the recording now.
Okay.
And we are back, yay! Now that we had our 5-minute break, as you guys wake up, Gaba, you are exhausted. You had the worst night ever, even worse than the hangover from yesterday. And what is it that you guys want to do? If you don't want to do anything in particular, we are going to enter a small downtime period of 1 or 2 days. So it's up to you, whatever you want to do.
I probably would be trying. I would probably go to Eric and be like, I have had the worst night's sleep. Like I just thought about this full orc just like running through the forest and trying to fight, and I just can't. I can't sleep. I feel awful. I feel exhausted.
Okay, have you done? In Eric's head, he knows. He kind of can guess what's the cause of this, but kind of want Gabba to come to her own conclusion. Okay, what do you think is different? Have you done
fact I'm
something
on this-
differently? Have you eaten something differently? Have you worn something differently?
It's that booze. That little dwarf has poisoned me. I knew it.
The booze, I don't think, are the issue. The booze can put you to sleep quite easily.
So you're saying go drink some more booze?
Maybe not when we're on the job, but perhaps you've worn something new that has made you uncomfortable. I
start rubbing the bracer and I'll be like, I can't think of anything else it could be. It could just, I'm gonna have to go speak to that dwarven woman.
Sure.
I'll
Maybe
probably
she
go
has,
to the dwarven.
she has
Go on.
some magic to help with that.
I'll probably go to the dwarven one and ask him some beer just to try and knock me out.
You go to Kaina and she goes like, hello, Kani. What can I do for you?
I'll just like grab her by the just on the shoulders. Say, I need more of your booze.
Ooh,
I need to sleep.
ooh, feisty. It's not that I don't like it, but okay. Yeah, you want the moonshine beer, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. This early? You sure?
I need to sleep. I'm exhausted.
Well, of course, yeah, sure. Your problem. We are in camp, and my brother is here, so I can't go giving stuff for free. I'm going to say, give me just 1 copper, 1 lesser copper, and I'm going to nudge the numbers for you, sweetie.
I just slap her in her hand like, anything, please. I
Sure.
need to sleep.
Grab a cup, the barrel is down there, grab whatever you want.
I'll just go for whatever I think is the strongest thing, and I'll just down it all.
Give me a Constitution saving throw, please. And let me open my table.
Is it raining?
Oh sure,
Well-
David, give me the D20.
What was it? The D20. Okay. It's a natural 20.
Okay, it's perfectly sunny. It's hot. There's no cloud in the vicinity. Also, I'm going to say whoever wants, give me a D3. You can roll a D6 and
6.
Oh, alright. It's 2.
a 2.
It's
Okay,
a 2.
so that's
Oh, it's a 1.
that's a 1. That's light gravity. The travel pace is the slow pace is the same as traveling in normal pace, and in combat you can move 5 feet additional. Caleb, what was that? That Constitution
12.
saying 12. 12. You're fine for the moment.
Oh,
You are not knocked unconscious.
no. I'll probably be. I'll probably try going, I need more drink, I need to be knocked unconscious, please.
Nah, sure. Take however much you want. Are you okay? Do you want somebody to talk to?
Just
Uh,
drink. I need to sleep.
Look, honey, I'm used to this, but this not good for your health. It's too early.
I'll just like ignore it, grab another one, down it.
Give me another Constitution saving throw with disadvantage. You can choose to fail, by the way. You can always choose to fail the saving throw.
Oh, can I? I got 9 anyway.
Yeah, sure. Roll me D100 now, please.
That's how many days you lie unconscious.
Whoa, that's a long time.
Yeah. 2 months of sleep.
What was it?
59.
59. Okay, let's keep going.
Surprise, you're married.
Let's keep going over the course of the day. Eric, you woke up and Gaba just went running to Kaine. What do you do?
I poke my head out to see what she's doing, and then sigh, and then think I should help her, but I'm gonna let this be a lesson to her. I think over the course of the day, I'm just gonna probably spend as much time taking notes and cataloging the runes on the armory.
Oh,
The
sure.
stuff that we got,
If you
like
are
the
going to
shields and stuff.
spend the whole day, you can roll twice.
It was Arcana, right?
Yep.
1. Not good. Oh, not much better. 12 and 14.
12 and 14. That added to the previous one, you are over 30.
Mm-hmm.
So you managed to transcribe the first of the runes. It's really difficult to transcribe runes that aren't your own because they tend to be like protected by whoever created them by encrypting them somehow. The arcane scripture is really complex because inside one rune you can find like 70 different meanings depending on the pressure, the mana that went in. It's quite difficult, but you took your time and you managed to transcribe the rune. I'm going to say the same that you find in all three of the items: the bracer, the shield, and the wraps. This rune forces the user to auto-attune to the item instantly. It's a common rune used in cursed items, but it can also be used by some sort of people that change constantly between different objects and don't want to wait 10 minutes to get used to the object.
Auto-attunement. Okay.
And actually, I'm going to show you exactly which rune it is. Just let me open the 3D model for the bracer. I actually have the rune. It's not that I created the language. I just stole one.
It's fine. That's the life of the DM. We steal everything.
What? What are you talking about?
Okay, that one specifically.
Okay.
It's like a heart that doesn't close on itself and has 3 dots. That's the rune that forces a user to auto-tune.
3 dots.
Okay, so that's your day. Nice. Well, on the other side, you guys, what do you do when you wake up? It's the first sunny day in like 3 days.
Is this why we have a couple of days downtime?
Yeah, sure.
Happen now?
If you don't want to do anything inside of the camp, you can have your downtime, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I already sent it to you, so
Yeah, I know.
would probably walk to the village next to where I grew up to see if there's anything left, the people left behind when the Empire came by. And
Okay.
then walk
So-
to my home, see how it's doing, see
Yeah.
if there's anything.
We'll get to that in a second. After you guys wake up, since there's nobody comes to look for you, you are free to go. You four, including Kawoha, see Bishar just goodbye and starts walking a couple of kilometers to the right. So if we look at the island map, we'll see that you guys are here in Trosford while Bishar came over here.
Can we see the village or
It's a couple
from where
of
we are?
kilometers away. It's like maybe an hour walking towards there.
Oh,
And it's really small, like less than 100 houses, so no, I don't think you could see it from here.
okay. But you will come back, right?
Yes, of course. I just have to check up on a couple of things. But I expect this evening I will return.
Be safe, and yeah, I will stay outside, getting warm.
Outside. Kauliki Kawoha comes outside with you, and you see that he starts kind of swinging his arms, doing some soft training, trying to get used to this new heavy shield. But if you leave, he'll leave with you.
Yeah, I'm going not outside, but outside in Thrustward, out of the tent, just like being warm, enjoying the sun, like looking around what is around us, like being curious about the world, about what the hell Gabatu Talul is doing there, and like being just enjoying the free air.
Yeah, sure.
That she actually, for the first time, that she's actually free to do whatever she wants.
Sure, as you are standing there watching Kawoha train, you see Gaba crosses the encampment running, trying to pick up one man. She gets turned down and she drinks another mug and goes running to another person. And you see her going from place to place, each time more crazy, super outgoing. Quotal, what are you doing?
Okay, there. So, what was it again? So, he's probably gonna write a letter because he's finally realised that the guild back in District 1 may think that he's missing or dead or in a ditch and not alive. So he's going to write a letter because he's finally thought of that. Also, he's going to...
Who are you giving the letter to?
So it would be addressed to like the guild, the Swifthammer Guild in District 1. Specifically the architects or like sort of...
No, but who are you giving the letter to send it?
Well, I'm going to walk around and try and find someone to send it to.
You see Mayor Doctor Rolling R. Stone talking over with the gnome called Aska Lerson, the one that's the kind of the architect, and she's going over some plans, and you see her going, okay, I'll send a note, don't worry about it, and you see that she just grabs a stone and writes something and throws it into the air as the stone disappears. And a few moments later, another stone comes into her hand and she reads, okay, yeah, they accepted the request. They'll send the materials in the following days.
Saying that, and being also very inquisitive and not very good at social situations, he will walk straight up to that conversation.
She was like, top of the data, yeah. Can I help you?
Well, yes. I need to get a message back to the architects portion of the Swifthammer Guild in District 1. Is there any way that, or person you know that can get that message anywhere?
Well, yes, definitely. I know some people there. I could send them a sending rock, no problem. But my capabilities are not unlimited, so how would you pay for my services? You mentioned yesterday that you know something or nothing about some plans and some schematics.
Well, I am a well-regarded architect in the District 1, and I could do some help with plans and schematics for the village.
You work in the capital, right?
Yes.
Okay. Then you may prove useful. I don't know what you are doing here. I won't ask. I don't care. But yes, sure. I'll do an exchange for you. I send you one message to the guild leader of what guild did you say you belong to?
Well, the overarching one would be the Swifthammers.
Of course, yes. I sent a message to Abeline. I know her. She used to study with me back in the day. And yeah. How do you feel about exchanging that message for one day of work here in the camp. I could definitely use a couple more bathrooms.
I can do bathrooms and maybe 6 more houses.
All in one day?
Yes.
Works by me. Here's a stone, here's a pen, here a quill. Just try to write as tiny as you can, because if you compress your message, you can fit maybe 25 words here. Tell me when you are ready and I'll send it.
I need to figure out that message. Get back to that one in a bit.
Sure. While you think about that, let's go with Brain. What is from doing during this day?
Standing there in frozen silence. Oh dear.
I'm not listening to you, Brain. I think you may be muted.
We're not hearing anything. Yes.
Nope. Got nothing.
And he disconnected. Nice.
Raggy.
Oh,
Raggy.
But
No. We tossed the treats over the edge. They're not there.
Ruby.
just for some reason it got cut off when Brain disconnected. So I have no idea.
well, at least that's not a lot lost. So
Yeah, sure. And Brain, are you back?
I don't think so. No.
Well, he is connected, but I don't know if he has finished connecting. So while Brain finishes connecting, let's go over with you, Bishar. As you approach this village in Grelia, the village that was closer to, or more like the only village in the land before the arrival of the Empire, the one at which you made some commerce and went from time to time. It's a sad view. A place that was once vivid with 50, 60 people, children running. It's now almost like a ghost town. All of the houses abandoned. You don't know why the encampment wasn't made here in this place. And it seems like everybody left and left nothing back. As you continue checking around the village, you see one person living there. One house seems to have a light on.
I'll approach the house and see who's inside.
It's old man Vesta, one of the elders of the town. He's just standing there looking at the fire, probably making some soup.
I will knock at the door.
Yes, sure, come in. Are you a ghost?
No, are you?
No. Bishar. Hello, come in. I have some soup on the fire.
Thank you. How are you doing, old friend?
Just cooking some soup. Nothing much.
I was wondering where you went. I didn't see you on the ship.
Ah,
Why did you
yes.
stay behind?
I was in the ship. I went to that town, whatever it is, but I went back immediately. I didn't want to leave my home. I grew in here.
Really?
Of course, I grew up here. There are the marks.
Were you on the same ship as me when I went over here?
Yes, yes, I was. We all were.
I didn't see you.
Most people
I'm
didn't
sorry.
want to come back. They wanted to see.
No. I mean, were you on the same ship coming back to this island as me? Because I don't believe I saw you.
No. I think that you left in the first one. I came in the second. There was talk about amongst the people of the village. They most of them will stay there, but some of them went to get some materials, hammers, shovels, stuff like that, and should be coming back in a couple of days.
Alright. How are they adjusting to the city life over there? Do you know?
Well, you know the younglings. They always want something new. The truth is that this place is done for. None of the young ones will come back.
I didn't
But
expect them to. be
I
honest.
just want to die where I was born and raised.
Not too soon, I hope.
Of course not. I have other 100 years in front of me. What are you doing here? I heard that they sent you away. You killed somebody or something like that.
No. Nothing as bad as that. Some of the folk of this village got a bit too drunk in a bar one night and got a bit rowdy. Me and some new friends, well, quieted them, shall we say. And this didn't go over too well with the leadership of the town. So she
Yes.
sent us over here for some simple manual labor as a punishment of
Yes.
some sorts. I don't really know.
The angry whip lady.
Yeah, you've seen her. To be honest, I'm not quite sure what to think of this empire. They claim to bring salvation, to bring rescue to those of our village, to assimilate them in a grand society. But all I've seen this far is people telling others what to do, people in power, forcing people around. And I'm not sure I agree with it.
Well, I may be just a stupid old man that lived all of his life in this village, but I know that when the word empire is involved, nothing good can come out of it.
No, and now they are dragging this piece of land, our piece of land, towards their mainland to join it in their empire. So I'm afraid I do not know how long we have left before this is no longer an island.
Yes, well, if only Lord Krylus was still here. Oh well. Do you want some soup? It should be hot already.
Yes, of course. Thank you.
Yes. What are you planning on doing? As the dinner progresses, you guys eat some. Well, more like the breakfast. You guys eat some food.
I'm not sure. I came by to see if anything got left behind, which I could bring with me when I returned, and to see my home again once more.
Well, if you need me, I'll be here. And he laughs.
I'll remember that. Thank you. Thank you for the soup.
Of course, whenever. Bishar, what's your passive perception?
15.
Of course. You see that as you walked by the town, you enter some of the houses, reminisced about the people that used to live there. There's something quite common in this village, and probably in most places that have been cut out from the rest of the world. It's the lack of resources, but people are creative, and art is something that transcends all cultures. So you see in the woods of the houses how children made some carvings of some drawings, the carvings of the height as they grew up. You see some trees carved with a knife with some messages, some wooden board in the center of the town. And something that it's quite common on this village is the carvings of folk tales about fairies, heroes, knights, the old kingdoms and the gods, the tale of some sort of good-hearted spirit that went and helped people, and you see all of those carvings into the house as you keep moving. It's these pictograms. Some of them were made before the fracturing, before the lands were sent into the air. So they are quite old and have been used as a way for these people to pass down some stories.
Yeah, and it's probably these kinds of things I'm looking for. Nothing of actual value. Things random bystanders might find useless, but probably hold sentimental values, like children's dolls or toys of pieces of art, which I can carry with me. Those kind of things
Sure.
I'm specifically looking for if I can bring them with me.
As you look, you see you start remembering some of the tales that they told during the festivals, using these same pictograms, when people would go from house to house telling their own stories, and it would be like a full day of not working, just come to the Johnsons, we'll tell you our stories, come to the Whites, we'll tell our stories. And by looking at this, you see some figures of animals that you haven't heard about, you haven't seen in this land, so you get the feeling that they may be from another place. And as you start imagining them, you imagine the wings, the feathers, the skins, and you feel as if two dots inside of your head made a connection, as if some sort of constellation was forming, and you get the feeling of a latent power coming from you. You get your improved wild shape.
Ooh. Woohoo.
Only that.
Nice. Ah, all right. Fair enough. Oh, and I will take the animal statues with me, if they are small enough to carry.
Sorry, what?
Is it just small statues or a carving, or
It's like
something I can-
carvings in the wood,
Oh, all right. Then I probably won't
like
take them with me.
in the planks of the house.
All right.
There's, that walking a
I will
few
bring the
minutes,
house with me. No.
walking a few minutes outside of the town, you could get to your old shack that you built yourself.
Having been satisfied that, as far as I'm aware, nothing of importance has been left behind, I will start walking towards my own little house in the woods.
Sure. As you enter into the woods, it's just as you left off when you got the notice from the elders that the village was being taken to another land, and you decided to accompany them to ensure their safety. It's just as you left it. A small wooden house in the middle of nowhere with a pond that on this perfect sunny day you can see out into the sky as its reflection is very pure.
I will probably start meditating as I used to do.
Sure.
Just on the edge of the pond, in the pond, where the bottom is still quite low, just in lotus position and meditating for a couple of hours.
Sure. As you start meditating next to this pond, the pond that you saw something those many days ago, and you went to dive looking for it, your mind starts to drift away, looking into the point, to the pond, opening itself, and you start feeling the coldness of the air, the soft grasp of the grass and the earth under you, the heat of the sun on your face, and the soft noises of the water moving next to you. And as you keep meditating, the clouds go by, an hour goes by, as you enter a deeper state of mind, and you start following that thought about the elements, the 4 elements, how could they link with everything else, and you are suddenly taken away into a vision as you. Is it a vision? Is it a memory? You are not sure, but you are flown into an elemental chaos of explosions and crashing as you see 4 giant beasts killing each other and battling against each other. The beasts, the vision shifts as if they're incomplete parts, and you jump in time as you see the beasts start to fade away and turning into giant pillars. The vision jumps once again, and you see stars forming outside of these pillars, and the constellations of the different animals and beings, and every constellation that is known to you coming outside of these giant pillars that were formed by these beasts. And you are just floating in an ethereal space, drifting around, and the vision jumps once again, and you see once again, look at yourself in this body that you saw in this memory a couple of days ago, wielding a sword, a flaming sword and a shield, and you are bowing to one of these pillars for what seems to be the last time, as you turn around and go down into a city, and that's when your mind comes back to you. All of a sudden you feel shaken, almost nauseated, as this vision and this knowledge seeps through your pores, through your ears and your eyes. The taste of the elements is in your mouth as you gain the Fate Touch feat, and you complete your level up.
Woo! Yeah.
You can roll your life.
I made so many spelling mistakes trying to keep up typing.
Don't worry, it's recorded.
Really unbelievable. Rolling a health. I believe I have a D8. I think so, yeah. Where's my D8? Up there. It's a 1. I can re-roll those.
Yes, the ones you can, the twos you can.
Oh my god. It's a 4.
Okay, that's better.
With a +1 constitution, I gain 5 additional hits.
Nice. So Bishar, after your mind comes back to you, the day is yours. What do you do?
I will remain at my house until evening starts to fall, and then I will head back towards the military encampment.
Awesome. You can grab whatever you want, anything common like food, books, stuff like that. You can totally grab them.
Yeah, all right. I will think about that later and let you know if I
Sure.
something.
Kotal, did you think about the message?
I have. So, the message is: Good day. This is Rank 1 Architect Kotl reporting. I'm not dead or missing. Incident at Toke. Currently in District 25 Graylia. Kind regards, Kotl.
You see Rolling Stone grabs it and goes like, perfect penmanship. Okay. And you see that she taps it and throws it into the air, and the stone seems to go into the thin air and disappears. Okay. They are going to contact me soon, so don't worry about it. Now, let's get started on those schematics that you said you could do. Here's our resident architect, Aska Leston. I don't know if you know him. If you don't, here's Aska. Aska, this is whatever you are called. And yep, as I was saying, Aska, you will have your resources, your wood, your nail. It will arrive in 2 days. And I want 2 more houses built by the end of the week and at least 5 bathrooms, okay? Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going. Trying kind of needs me. And she leaves you with this gnome and goes like, oh, yes, hello. So, you know how to draw?
Yes.
The technical draw.
Very much so.
Okay, let's get to work. Kotel, I want you are going to spend the rest of your day on this unless you want to do something else.
Well, next thing I'm thinking of is more of a late night sort
Sure.
of.
So the next couple of hours you'll spend on this. Give me 2. Is this intelligence or a tool?
X.
Dex? I think it's more intelligence. How would you describe architecture?
I say wisdom because you've got to know
Wisdom. Yeah.
Yeah, you've got to know how to like connect things up and stuff.
Wisdom, sort of like perception to catch out mistakes and bits and pieces, and
Sure.
thinking outside the box. So yeah.
Sure. You have limited resources. You have a list of how much wood you have. Give me two rolls, and if you add them up and you manage to be over 20, you will complete all of your schematics. Otherwise,
Wisdom check.
Yeah.
Cool.
5th edition doesn't have the knowledge.
That is going to be a total of 32.
Okay, sure. You can even make one more schematic. They are super detailed. They have the dimensions, how to cut the wood exactly. You even show Aska how to make wood that interlocks into itself so that they don't have to use as many nails. And you two share a bottle of wine as you do your work. And awesome. Bryn, what do you want to do?
He ain't here.
Okay, Bryn, once again, I'm not listening to you.
He was there for all a matter of a couple of seconds and...
Oh no, he was here for like 15 minutes.
The thing is on the top says there are 7 people watching and listening, so
I know that Brain turned off his camera, but I think that he got disconnected again because the timer his timer just stopped, and yes, he disconnected. Awesome. New Zealand. Kotal, as you work during the day, you see Gaba running from place to place. Each time that you see her running, she seems to have less clothes on, and at the moment you see she running towards the forest with a great sword running over her head.
I'm just a natural nudist.
Eric, anything else that you'd like to do coming the night, the last parts of the day? Oh, wait, before we go with you, Kaulike. Kawoke is carrying there, and he invites you to spar with him if you'd like.
sure. Why not?
Sure. Give me 3 attack rolls. Eric, as you finish transcribing the runes, you come out of your tent and you see this canine and this feline sparring against each other.
I will do the claws.
Sure. Give me 3 attack rolls, please.
1, 18, 2, 10, and 3, 21.
Awesome. What? Sure. Let me just do the cutscene. And just let me get there because I have like so many pages here. Sure. Kauliki, as you start training with Kawoha, he's those kind of people that stand their ground and wait for you to come before attacking. He doesn't search you on his attacks. He's keeping the middle as you start moving each time more fast, jumping from place to place, doing feints, and as you start getting into the heat of the battle, you get some memories about stuff like about some of the combats that you had to go through during those days, and you become faster, you dodge, you come in and you come out, and when Kawoha can't keep up with you in terms of speed, and he starts charging towards you with his shield, you know that he won't hit you, but in the heat of this moment, you react, and how do you cast your hold person?
I think she would like stop, like she would be just like stop, hold off. I don't want this right now. Like there would be more panic driven, not in this moment. It would be more panic driven. I am in danger. This has to stop right now.
As Kawoha comes dashing towards you, it's perfect natural one. He comes running towards you, ready to land a blow, but left it close to hitting you. And as he almost instinctively, you go stop, and out of his shadow, 2 claws kind of grab all of his body as some shadowy bind covers him and restrains him in place. Okay, kiddo. Good one. Didn't know you could do that.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Did I do that? And it drops immediately.
Okay. It's okay. Good move. Wasn't expecting that. Eric, you come out and see this sparring. Do you do anything?
I nod, make a mental note. In my mind, decide I best go find Gabba before she decides to jump off the island in her drunken stupor. I walk past Kauliki, so in a complimentary way, I'll say, you have good instincts. I'll try and not coach her, but I guess offer an advice if Kauliki allows her to,
Sure.
allows him to even, and says, your focus is there. Clear your mind of everything, of the panic. Focus on the singularity that you need it to be.
Kawoha was like, want to spar with her? Just friendly.
I would like to, but you may have seen my large half-orc friend running around like a mad woman. Unfortunately, I would like to ensure that she's not
No, she's there.
endangered
She's there.
herself.
She's there, and you. She points at the. He points at the communal kitchen where she's standing, laughing her lungs out, going like at a poor man that's like, please leave me. I just want to eat.
Yeah, I
Uh.
nod to Kaoha and stalk off towards Gaba.
Well, if you feel like sparring or training sometime later, just come back.
Of course, I may take you up on that offer soon enough. I have not stretched my muscles in some time.
Okay, kiddo, ready for round 2?
And this time, much more calm. Sure.
Sure. As you keep sparring against each other, what? Where did the music go to?
This is not my
Oh no,
music.
I know it's nobody's. Okay. As Kauliki keeps sparring with Kawoha, he kind of changes his way of fighting. Instead of standing in the center, he starts pursuing you more, and he starts swinging his blade a little bit faster, still giving you room to dodge. And as you dodge one of the attacks, a memory comes back to you about a, a, a blast of light, which is strange because all of your power seems to be related to shadow. But you remember running on all of your fours and jumping to the chest of a large bear, lodging your claws to its face and putting your hand next to its eyes as you casted some sort of bright light. And it instinctively happens. Kauliki, what cantrip are you casting?
Ray of light.
And how does it look like?
Where most of my magic is the dark and the shadows. This one just like pure white, radiant energies coming out of seemingly everywhere from her, simultaneously from nowhere on her. It's just like, I don't know, like something from behind her like protects her, and a ray of pure, holy, radiant light emanates from her in a whatever that spell exactly does. Yeah, in a, I think it's a 10-foot line.
Yep.
It's a ray of frost.
Yeah, sure. And as you cast that cantrip at Kawoha, who was charging towards you, you see that he closes his eyes in pain as if he has been blinded, and yanks his shield almost intuitively, and he hits you. You receive the hit, the bloodshedding of the shield as you fall to the ground, and after a few seconds he was like, kiddo, are you alright? And you're just, I'm okay, I didn't feel pain. I'm
good.
I'm numb, I don't feel pain, I'm tough. And
I'm good. Everything is alright. Thank you. Are you okay? Did I hurt you at all?
It's okay. Give me a second. And you see that he searches for a pouch with some water in it and drops it into his eyes, and he was like, "It's okay. I'm not blind. I can see. But I think that maybe we should stop the sparring for today."
I'm so sorry. I did not mean to hurt you.
Don't worry. You are doing fine. You are just way better than I thought.
Thank you.
Okay, making me feel old. Kauliki, you are completely level 4.
Yay! Give me that 20 in con.
And roll your life.
Wait a second.
Watch God.
So I am 20 on cons. Do I put 1 life for each level? More?
Yeah.
Yeah,
If your constitution increases, it retroactively increases your health as well.
exactly.
Oh god. So I was on 27, 20. 8, 9, 30, and now I roll. D6 plus. Give me those life. 7. 37.
Nice. Okay, let's go with Bryn. Now that you are here and with good connection. Yay!
Oh, hi!
Yay. Hello. So I have a few things.
Okay.
The first thing is I want to basically take the alchemy tools I made and miniaturize them to use as a spellcasting focus.
Okay,
That's the
sure.
first thing.
Bryn, how rich are you right now? How much money do you have?
Let me just see. Version, I have 20 silvers.
Okay, yeah,
Not including the group stuff. 17 lesser silvers, 8 coppers, and 19 lesser coppers.
Deflex. Bryn, you are going to have to spend 2 of those silvers to buy shards of air stones to pulverize and turn them into ink that you can use to use your weapon as a catalyst, your tools as a catalyst.
Yep. Okay. Then can I go to Roland Stone? I'm going to talk to her about the I think I told her about it. It would have been yesterday, but last session it was the idea I had for a sort of mechanical piece of equipment that would allow you to quickly cut different sections of like wood for building segments, to make building quicker and like getting the materials into the right shape quicker.
Okay. I don't know how mechanically this would work. I don't know if you are describing a sawmill.
Well, it's not like it's a machine. It's just like it has like gears that you can change and stuff like that. But it's not like it requires like power. Like it's all hand done, but it has like some like gears and stuff in it.
Rolling Stone goes like, of course, yes, sounds like a great idea. Could improve the development by many days. How much would you? How much for the schematics?
Well, I don't really need the money right now. The only thing I was thinking of, maybe I could help add to some of the designs of it. Maybe I've heard that there's some of the people who the natives. Maybe we could find and use some of their design in some of the buildings, maybe that would kind of make the architecture a bit more special to kind of hear. Since none of them are here anymore, it might be nice to have a bit of a memory in the town.
Hey, sure, of course. It's a magnificent idea. I don't even need you to keep selling it to me. Just present the schematics to me as soon as you have them, and we'll get right to work. Whatever we can do to make this a living place.
Yes. Is there anyone who's currently working on buildings in particular I should go and see too?
Of course, yes. There's your scaly friend and Aska, the gnome that's tasked with the architecture of this place. You could go and talk to them. If we don't have to talk money, you are free to go and do as you please. I'll talk to all of you on the evening. Bryn, Ephraim, as you come out of the tent, you see this is happening mostly in the morning. You see Gava running desperately to Kaine with very big bags under her eyes, and then another person comes out of there. Okay, and you go to Quatl and Aska, who are working on some architecture schematics, and you see them as soon as you see them, you can definitely see that Quatl's schematics are way better quality and detail than Aska's ones.
So I'm thinking of a way we could make the building quicker. If any of you would be happy to help out with, I'm going to design a sort of piece of equipment that allows quick cutting of woods to standardized sizes for buildings. The thing itself mostly needs some wood. We might need to cut things into gears, so we'll need some carpentry. There'll be a bit of smithing required for some of the smaller components. But it shouldn't be too much of an effort. And I was also thinking maybe we can include some of the designs of the buildings that were here before in some of your architecture, if you don't mind the advice. Maybe we could ask Visha when he gets back if what he can contribute.
Yes, it's always good to be reminded of the context of where we build. So it would be a mill for lumber of sorts, a lumber mill.
Yes, I guess so. Yes. I mean, it's a prototype, so we'll probably just be making one at first, but it shouldn't be too hard to instruct people how to use it or how to make another one, if we leave behind designs.
Sure. Bryn, give me how much time of the day are you spending on these schematics?
I mean, from now, in the morning and probably most of the afternoon, I don't have anything too immediate. I might leave some time in the later of the afternoon, but apart from that,
sure.
Rest of the afternoon, rest of the morning.
Sure. Then give me 2 Tinker tools. No, this is not Tinkers. This would be, I think, intelligence.
Intelligence.
Intelligence
the designing?
Yeah, the designing. Intelligence plus proficiency to design the DV schematics. Give me 2 rolls.
So two rolls?
And between the 2, you need to get over 20 to complete the schematics.
Okay. Wow. Okay. I just rolled 2 natural 20s.
Oh, damn. Okay, so
those are both 26 with the mods.
So 52.
52.
Okay, you tell me. You tell me. Of course, you complete the sawmill, no issue. What incredible upgrade do you do over a normal meal?
It has a turbo nitro mode where it spins. Goes down.
I'm going to say the common one is powered through somebody moving some wheel, similar to the ones used in water mills. And this moves a saw, and with some gears you can adjust the length of the wood, and it's all standardized. So it cuts way faster than having to measure and cutting by hand. And it can cut up to 3 woods at the same time. What improvement do you do over that?
I need to think about that.
Take your time, don't worry. Okay, so we are currently on the afternoon. Bishara, you are coming back to town. Kauliki, you just finished sparring and you have the rest of the day to go around. Kotul and Nifram are doing some amazing schematics and prep work. And Eric, you were going to go look for Gaba. The last you saw her, she was running towards the forest with a sword, as if she was chasing after something invisible.
So I would probably have my glaive with me, but sheathed, and basically run after her. Not shouting, but I'll sort of like stalk Gaba where she's going, trying to close the distance as much as I can.
Okay, Eric, I want you to give me, and Gaba, you too, an athletics check. Gaba, you have advantage.
Athletics. Oh,
Also, as Gaba went running out of town, she has like half of her clothes on.
Which are
23.
23.
14, not enough.
Okay, Eric, you lose Gaba in the middle of the forest. After a few hours, I'm going to say that you decide to come back and wait on the tent for her to come. Gaba, this is what you rolled on your D100. On the middle of the night, because you started drinking really early, so around 10 p.m., completely lights out, you wake up in the woods. Roll me a 1d4, please.
Three.
You wake up in the middle of the woods, 5 kilometers away from the encampment. You are completely naked, and you have a wooden spear that you hastily carved from a branch of a tree that you took out, and the only piece of clothes that you have is your bracer and half of a sleeve that you cut at some point. You don't know where your clothes are. You are there, and you gain another point of exhaustion.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Yeah. Guess that was happening.
By all means, you had a long rest, except that you don't recover from exhaustion.
I'm guessing
You once again, you in the middle of your. That's not the hangover. That's your drunk state. You had the same dreams about this orc man training constantly and going to fight something.
Right, so I'd probably wake up and I'd be like, ugh, not again! Ugh. Where are my clothes now? Oh my... I'll probably sit down on the floor for like 5 minutes, just like trying to like compose myself, probably give myself a little prep talk saying, Gaba Tootaloo, you can't do this anymore. Don't drink that demon woman's beer. It's gonna be the end of you. And I'm guessing there's like foliage about, some sort of foliage.
Oh yeah, this is. It's not the forest per se. It's outside of the encampment, and yep, there's some tall trees, some dense area. It's the middle of the night. What are you doing?
Like, right. So I'm gonna take a bit of my bow. I'm gonna like take a bit of the bark, strip it down as far as I can, find a leaf. I'll make myself like a little bit of a like a bit of a privacy part, just over my private parts.
Sure.
And I'm kind of roughly, I'm guessing, I know how far away, like which way the camp is.
Yeah, you can totally find your way to the camp.
So with my leaves covering my private parts, I'm probably just gonna with my little spear and just be like, okay, and I'll just start trudging back.
Yeah, you can definitely add a wooden spear to your inventory.
And a disappointed friend, probably too.
Mm-hmm. The disappointed friend is definitely waiting outside the tent for the eventual return.
I'm probably halfway through. I'm gonna like try and like, cause it's got a chain, isn't it? So I'm just gonna try and like.
Yeah, the chain is like surrounding your arms, but you get the feeling that just by willing you can make the chain move, untangle. Like you
Okay,
know,
so
you instinctively know how to move this thing at least.
Okay, while I'm walking back, then probably try and take it off, and I obviously kind of coming off. I just kind of like, I'll just start like whipping it like foliage. So as I'm walking past, you know, like if you're like a, I don't know, like stick, you like whack the trees. I'm just doing that with like the chain, just like, like taking off some leaves and stuff of like foliage as I walk back to camp.
Sure. Give me an attack check, an attack roll, using your dex or your strength.
13. Oh, strength. 27, natural 20.
Yeah, sure. As you start walking and shaking your hands, you see that you shake your hands and the chain takes a delay and then follows and seems to gain strength. And you keep doing so, almost like angrily shaking your hands, bad talking you, and the chain at some moment that you shake your hand, almost like that scene in Spider-Man where the web comes out, the chain just impacts the tree, leaving a mark, and and it just stands there like floating in the air.
Probably look at that and go, this thing's awesome. Oh, I'm gonna have to use this on training sometime. Ooh, show me some bad things. I want to fight.
As you shake your hand, the chain retracts and tangles itself next into the bracer. You see that out of the rune in the middle of the bracer, the chain seems to come out and into it, as if you were just rolling.
Okay.
As you come back to the encampment, you see a very angry, very tired lion standing with a lantern next to him.
I kind of put my head down. I'll be like, good evening.
Also,
Did you have a
Gaba,
nice...
give me a D20 perception check.
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage because of the night. Yes.
Sorry.
10. I'm going to say that you find 2 pieces of your clothing. Scuds.
Pieces.
Socks and
2 socks.
Well, that was a natural one, so whatever is less useful to you, and that's a 9. So I'm going to say like the chest part, like a shirt.
I'd put the shirts on the bottom part. Just that modest it, and then I'd like so. If any, it looks really weird, and I don't know. I'll probably still have a modesty bit. So yeah, I'll look at Eric as him come back, and I'm like, "You're up late."
Did you have a nice wander through the forest?
Not really. Had the same dream.
Yeah.
Training, running. That also could have been me, but I'm pretty sure I also had a dream about it. But
I reach out and tap the bracer. That is probably causing you to not have sleep.
Yeah, you see that as Gaba comes back, she's walking slower.
Mm-hmm.
She's walking slower. She's hitting some stuff like she's not seeing. She has 2 points of exhaustion.
Yes.
so I'm a bit slow and a bit slurry, but I'll be like, but Eric, you may be doing that, but watch this. And I just fling the chain out at something random.
Ow!
Not resist.
That was once again a natural 3. So you see there's a card just walking
Oh.
towards the.
Oh no!
Give me an attack check with disadvantage because you have disadvantage on ability checks.
Wish me luck.
Oh no,
Oh, 14.
actually
oh,
you don't
almost
have
like-
disadvantage. That's the 3. But if 14 was
Sorry,
the
Yeah, 14
Was-
was lowest anyway.
okay, sure. Roll damage.
Yeah, I gotta check what the damage is on this. Oh, I've got it. Oh god.
It's a D4 plus strength.
Why didn't that? Why
I'll
didn't
click
go
on
down?
the text where it says chain gauntlet in the chat.
Yeah.
It should.
Oh,
yeah.
6. Instantly kill a guy.
Let me check how much health a human has.
Oh god!
So you guys were banished to this island. Oh my god, they have 4 points. You guys were
Diplomatic mission ruined.
you were
Milsandia, as of this moment, does not recognize Gaba Tutulu as part of their contingency.
If Kawaha sees this, he casts healing word.
Give me a second. Let's see what this gets here. So Gaba, you are exhausted, you don't see anything, you are just look at this and you fling the gauntlet thinking that it can only extend up to 5 feet, 2 meters, but it extends further than that. It goes with a reach of 10 feet, and just a guy was walking like outside of camp, maybe to take a piss. In the middle of his face, the chain, the one that's attached to a sphere of pure raw metal, hits him in the face, and you hear a as he falls to the ground and hits. He falls to the side, and his face hits like a table, and you hear another crack in his neck. He's not moving.
Question for the DM.
Yes.
We may be able to save this situation if we retcon it, but I have a fighting style called interception. Was the guard within 5 feet of me?
Please say yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to use my reaction as soon as I notice this happening. And basically, I'll just put it in the chat for you. In the So basically, as a reaction, I can reduce damage D10 plus 2.
To a minimum of 0. Wow.
Yes. Yeah, I know, right? That's great. Hang on, let me just double check the ability again.
Let me. Are you wielding a shield or a simple or martial weapon?
I would have my glaive with
Okay.
me sheathed.
Okay.
Because
Roll the
your
dice.
boy is not. Yeah, your boy is not going around unarmed.
Roll the dice.
Right. Okay, let's see.
Save a poor
I
man.
know, right?
You need to roll
Let's do.
at least 1 to
Yep.
to save him.
So D10 plus 2.
Okay, perfect. So you see Gaba swings her arm, and almost instantly this chain starts to going out of the gauntlet, and you look where the chain is going, and you see this guy coming over, and you get the premonition of his neck snapping next into a table, and you just grab the chain.
Yeah, I use my glaive to basically intercept and make it the target of the chain.
Yeah, you feel as you stop the chain just stands floating there for a second, and sucks back into the gauntlet. You lucky bastard.
I'll be like, I could have killed the guy. Oh, that was lucky.
You think?
This dude, he goes like, "Hey, watch it! I almost died." Gotta take a pitch. That moonshine is super strong, and he goes running into the trees.
He still needs to go somewhere else.
He probably shit himself, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah. I sort of step up to Gabba, full height, full seriousness, and I say, that needs to come off. I don't care how, whether I have to cut your arm off, I will.
Christ.
You go find a magic person who can deal with it. That rune on that bracer is the same as what we found on the wraps and on the shield. That there is a magical enhancement to it, that it forces the user to auto-attune, and you cannot remove it. Not
So
by
if I can't
natural
remove it,
means.
how- Oh, by natural means, you say.
So if I were to take your bracer off you, and I'll basically show, right? Trying to, loosen it, trying to take it off, and it just doesn't move. And I'll just say, see, it's not removing itself. Tomorrow, go find either our new friends who may have a ability to remove it, or you go find maybe Dr. Stone who may have someone who knows how to remove it.
But I got it for. But
I don't care. You've seen what it does. You're not sleeping. I hinted to you that this bracer is causing your exhaustion.
okay, I will try and get it off tomorrow.
Because I will tell you now, at the rate you're continuing. Now, I don't want to metagame this, but would Eric know at the rate he continues, if he doesn't get sleep by the 6th day, does he die?
Probably.
It's like the ring. You see the movie, you die.
Exactly, right? So I say, just so you know, if someone doesn't get an actual proper rest,
Eric, give me an Arcana check.
I need to get the skilled feat so I can actually be proficient in Arcana. 18.
You studied runes. Okay, sure. You know that it's most probably this bracer what's keeping Gaba from sleeping. But based on the size and the amount of air stones imbued into it, you get the feeling that it's not a strong curse. Like the not sleeping is more like a side effect. If something is done to comply with the demands of the course, that would probably go away. But unless you know what the course is specifically, you don't know what to do.
Yeah. But I'll just basically scaremonger Gabba into it. Like, I'll just basically say I've seen a beast walker who bet his pride mate he could go without sleep for 7 days, and he died on the 7th day without sleep.
I don't believe him at this point.
True.
And I'm also a bit weary that he's trying to take it for himself.
I mean, Eric is Eric is as upfront as he has been with you.
Oh, I don't. There's something. There's a reason why. But I got as in character. Gab would probably give you a look to be like, I'm gonna go to bed now. I need some sleep.
Gaba, you get the feeling that you need to do something else. That even though what you did on your way here made you feel more comfortable and at rest with yourself, you get the feeling that you need to work more on it. Like something still feels amiss, as if you have this paranoia of being catched unprepared.
Is there anyone else in the tent? Or is it like a single occupant tent, or is it like with other people?
I'm going to say that it's the same tent for you two, plus the raccoon, the bear, and the praying mantis.
It's crowded. It's got a good old stank.
I'll probably actually then, if seeing that, what I'd probably do is if I feel enough paranoia, I'd probably go. I'm just gonna go see if I can. I'm just gonna go over here for a minute. And I'll probably just actually before that, I'm gonna put some actual clothes on because I'm so currently naked. I go into the tent, trying to find just some clothes, check them on, like basic clothes, and then I'd probably go back outside towards like I don't know if there's any trees about. I'm just gonna like try and see if I can understand how this bracer actually works.
Sure. 2 questions. Were you wearing armor in the morning? Did you put your armor on?
I said I went to bed fully clothed, so no, I've lost armor.
Your armor is missing somewhere in the middle of the forest.
That was good armor.
Hey,
Yep.
you may find it again, or maybe Kaine found it and is selling it.
Right now.
Okay.
I found
And
it. Yeah, I threw it over the edge.
how long and what are you doing specifically?
I'd probably be going until this sort of like paranoia and fear kind of goes away. But I would probably be like, again, trying to do that chain thing that I've been doing, but a bit more controlled instead of just flinging out and just whacking things. I'll be trying to control it a bit more. When it stops and it hovers, I'm trying to see what is that doing. You know, and I'd be like chucking things up in the air and see if I can hit them. You know, like throw a rock up in the air, see if I can hit that and move in the air. See if I can wrap it around a tree and pull type thing. I'd just be doing little things like that.
Sure. There's after you spend, I'm going to say, an hour testing out how these chains work. You get the knack of it. There's still much more training to do to be perfect with it, but you start feeling at ease as you begin to manage to control the length that the chain extends to grapple around the branch and pull it down. And as you go to sleep, you can finally sleep and recover 1 point of exhaustion. Bishar, you arrive on the evening into the encampment. Ephraim and Quotl and Kauliki, all three of you wanted to do something on the evening. Quotl, I forgot something about you. After a couple of minutes after you sent this frog, another rock comes and she goes like, ooh, pockets it. And after a couple of more minutes, as you are working on your schematic, on the side of your eyelids, which close sideways, you start seeing like a shadow. And as you turn around to look, you see like on your eye, like some dark ichor dripping inside of your eye as it starts forming words. And you read out a message that resounds on your head as it says, acknowledge, Mr. Quotl is still alive, his status will be reinstated. You can come back to any of the trade cities for your new credentials. You may respond to this message.
But.
Sure.
Are you
No.
Sure.
Exo gossip bird.
Quotl, as this dark ichor forms words into your eye, you feel the magic that was used to send this message. You get the feeling that you can do it better without having to use something as gruesome as this dark ichor. Kotor, you learn the sending spell, but on a shorter waveform. You start experimenting, and you start to feel this magic. How do you cast your message cantrip?
So, I reckon it would be like sending, like, he would think of something to say, and like a little sort of bolt of electricity would like flit off and go to the next person that it's intended to be for.
It's
that would reach them.
too far away to. It's the message cantrip, not the sending spell.
Yeah, but the lightning would go to the person that he can see, so just through the air and just zap to the head.
David, do you remember something that I wrote you once about when you cast something for the first time?
Yeah,
Please.
I know.
Please roll me a d20.
Oh, yay. Zap. Oh, that's a 2.
Who are you zapping?
The guy who's having a pee on the side.
Let the poor man alone.
Do not resist. Oh god.
You give me a d100.
Oh no.
Oh crap.
Oh no.
I love
Number
my
of guards killed.
tables.
63.
63. Okay, so who do you send this message to, and what are you saying in it?
Hi, Ephraim. So, I kind of learned how to do that thing you did before. Can you come over and try and explain it?
As you are sending, the control of the electricity is very precise and strange. It's the first time that you try to fine-tune your magic to this degree to not do harm, but instead communicate. And you miss one of the calculations in your brain as
Do we have a fried dwarf?
okay.
2
Okay.
plus 7
As
equals...
for as your message, this electricity, almost imperceptible to the eye, turns into a large source of static energy. And for the next 10 minutes, everybody in Trostford can only communicate by shouting at the top of their lungs. At this moment that you send this message, at this moment that you send that message, you see Gava standing in the dining hall, like screaming at the top of her lungs at some poor dude trying to eat.
You can respond to this message!
And now, yes, you are finally level 4 and you learn all of your stuff.
Woohoo!
Now, with that done, we to finish today's game, last thing of the day. You guys wanted to do something. Let's start from top to down. Bryn, what did you want to do during the night? Also,
well, just
how
before
did
that,
you improve
the extra
meal?
thing?
Yeah.
The extra thing for the machine, I was thinking some sort of either through like, I don't know if this would be a bit much, but having some sort of way to put like patterns on top of the wood, like either it's just like some sort of basic color or like basic thing like that you put like a sheet. It's almost like kind of a very, very basic form of printing where you just have like a fabric sheet with a bunch of like coloring on it, and then you slowly lower it over the wood, and you can do like some basic patterning of like colors on it.
Yes, of course, with the 52,
like extra thing.
Definitely.
Sorry?
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And I was just going to take a walk around in the evening, just take a walk around the encampment and see like how all the people are, see like what they're doing, just have like a look around, basically.
Of course. Anything in specific or just taking a walk?
I guess if we're going to be looking at for how people like seem to be like feeling and like fitting in, I guess. At least trying to look for to see how like people are like adjusting.
Sure, give me a perception check. Hey, Caleb, remember you still have 1 point of exhaustion. That's going to be important.
$14.
14. Sure, people seem. Some people seem displeased, especially the people from the Raging Fox Guild. Like they are being put to work on other stuff rather than going to explore the land. They are like half of the people here that used to be exploring are now making houses, sowing the land, stuff like that. The people from the other guilds seem to be way happier because they used to be the ones that stayed here in the camp. So having a couple of wooden places is especially the bathrooms, and nobody falling from the side of the island due to a bad poop. They seem to be in better moods. Also, what's your passive perception?
11.
You see that Kaine and her brother are polishing a new set of armor that was just added to their store.
Well noted.
Awesome. Quattle, what did you want to do during the night?
So, Quattle is gonna walk fairly far away from the camp towards the edge of the island.
I hope not to poop.
No, not to poop. And he's gonna sit down and look out into the void, and he's gonna look for a storm out there, and he's gonna meditate on the face and all his visions that he's seen.
Okay. Sure. Just meditate, or do you want anything specific?
Just meditate and
Awesome.
maybe ask a question like, what are you? Over and over.
Okay. Give me a D20, please.
That is a 5.
The everlasting storm comes back. Oh fuck, 5. Okay. Quattle, I'm improving your ability to sense storms. Now you can sense it the night before the day instead of rolling at the beginning of the day. There's a heavy storm brewing on the horizon. You start to hear the thundering of the storm, and as you sit there on the side of the island, just contemplating the storm, what's your passive give me a perception.
Perception. Passive perception is 15.
15, okay. Sure. With your passive, it's enough. You hear the rumbling of the storm, and you just hear one word. And the storm seems to... The winds change, and the storm now seems to be coming over to the island, when before it was just going away to another place.
Okay.
Awesome. Kaulike, did you want to do anything during the night?
Kauliki would just question Kawaha about what he knows. What are the two of them? What?
Kawoha, the gist of it is that he has the same idea of you, but he seems to recall more of his memories from before. And
I will question those, like, what do you know?
yeah, he starts telling you about the house, about the ceremony, and the flying wheels with surrounded by stones in the sky, aka angels. And at the end of the night, he tells you when Bishar arrives and the storm is almost upon you guys, he tells you, all of you, I I'm thinking about staying in this place. I talked today with that annoying dwarf noble. Looks like people here need help, and I need answers. I don't know what you all are going to do. I wish I could go with you, Gauliki, but wherever you want to be, I get the feeling that I need to go back to that ruin, talk to those researchers, whatever, but my place is here. I need to help this place. I know that I wasn't born here. I know that I was a slave, a captive, but I get the feeling that I can do good here, and maybe in it find myself. I know it's not what any of you wanted, but I get the feeling something in my mind is telling me this is what I have to do.
Feelings like those should not go ignored. If you feel this is something you should do, then I will not stop you.
As I said, I don't know what the future awaits for any of you, but I'd appreciate if whoever, I trust in you. You are all good people. I'd appreciate it if any of you could take care of the kiddo here, show her the world, show her what was taken from her. I know I can do that. My place is here, but your place is out there. The world is yours, kiddo. You showed it to me today. You showed it to me that you are ready. You are not weak, and you can do this.
When you find yourself, she's like nearly crying. When you find yourself here, go and find me, and I just like big bear hug, like
Yeah.
crushing bones with my -2 strength bear hug.
Yeah, he also hugs you really tightly. You get the feeling that he doesn't want to let go, but something is telling him to stay here. Well, shall
Just don't
we?
forget me.
I never could. Even though you are a shadow, you are my light.
Take it.
Oh,
My heart.
Yep. And you guys get a long rest.
Before we go to bed,
Yes.
I would like to walk towards Kawa to say, Kawa, may I ask a favor of you as you are staying here?
Of course.
In the village, a couple of kilometers, well, east, but that way, there's an old man living in a house. His name is Besta. I would appreciate it if you or someone you trust would check up on him once in a while.
I'll
Sure, he's okay.
take care of it, but are you leaving? I thought that this was also your place.
Yes, I grew up here. I have fond memories here, but the path tells me it's time to expand my horizon to find new worlds, new places to see. But perhaps one day I will return. I do not know.
I'll protect this place until you come back. You can count on me.
Thank you.
And you guys get a long rest. And that's where we are going to live tonight. Yay. So, good game, guys. Today, once again, was a lot of RP, finishing some leveling ups. And this is proof that I suck at planning because we've been the last 3 sessions with what I wrote for just one. So, yeah. Well, I hope that you, my dear players, and whoever has the guts to watch this, enjoy the game. And yeah, we'll be back in 2 weeks. Probably.
Way to rip out a heart.
Well,